What is up guys, my name is Talha and you're watching Gadget Sphere. Should you actually buy the Poco X3 Pro considering the fact now heartbreaks are happening? Now this is my Poco X3 Pro, obviously it's running Pixel Experience Plus. Now a lot of you guys might think, okay, you yourself is using a custom ROM, yourself has a Poco X3 Pro and you want to tell us that don't buy the smartphone. Actually that's not the case. My motive or my objective of making this video is actually to tell you the reality of the smartphone. What Poco is actually doing, what are the things they're actually doing absolutely wrong. Like I don't know why they make so much mistake with smartphones like these, which are the smartphones for us, for youth, like for those who actually wanna play games. Yeah, you get it? So let's just talk about it. First of all, for those who actually have a Poco X3 Pro right now, and you don't have money to buy another smartphone. Obviously most of us don't have that much money, and if you're thinking and you're really serious about it, and you know what, the brick is actually not a joke, it's actually a real problem. Like if the brick happens, there is no way you can get out of it. So yeah, if you can sell this smartphone, this Poco X3 Pro, and get your like at least 14 to 15,000 rupees, you should do it, like if you can. But for those who can't, like for me, I can't sell this smartphone because nobody's gonna buy. So for those guys, just listen. First of all, don't panic, because yeah, it's actually a bad situation, but it's actually not the worst, because this has happened in the past and still it's happening. A lot of smartphones have bricked, a lot of smartphones will break, and you know, I found out something very funny as well as strange at the same time. A lot of you guys were actually talking about how you should come back to the MIUI 12.04 firmware, and that's actually the most protective and the safest way to protect your smartphone. And you know, it's still not 100% tested or testified. The main point is, if you do that, if you come to 12.0.4 firmware of the Poco X3 Pro, the main thing that will happen is your smartphone will have a very less chance of breaking. A less chance, okay? It's not like it will not break, it's a very less chance. So what can you do? Now for those who are having this smartphone and for those who are still on MIUI 12.5, man, I don't know how much courage you guys have. Like that's basically the worst case scenario, because you know, but there's actually one thing funny, as I already told you. Now let's just talk about that thing which is funny. The thing that is funny is, a lot of you guys were saying like, if I break on a custom ROM, I won't have the warranty. But you know what? I don't think that's the case. Okay, let me just explain. Like, let's say I have the Poco X3 Pro, like this one, and it's running Pixel Experience Plus Android 12, and I just got this smartphone bricked. Now what will happen? Okay, you might think, okay, then I would have to pay for the motherboard to get replaced. Actually, that's not the case, because my smartphone is in warranty, 1-year warranty, and when the smartphone will hard break, how on earth are they gonna know that this is even installed with custom recovery or anything? Now you might say, like, if it boots up and it shows that the bootloader is unlocked, yes, that's a case, that's a scenario. But you know what, when smartphones hard break, they just don't turn on at all, and they have to first replace the motherboard and then the smartphones turn on. And if that thing is going to happen, if this thing breaks and they have to first replace the motherboard, and after they will replace the motherboard, the smartphone will come to its factory software with locked bootloader. So that basically means you can try custom ROMs without even worrying. But yes, still, as I said, for those of you guys who bought it the day it was launched, I think it's more than 6 months since this smartphone is launched, and yeah, after 6 months from now, you're gonna be in trouble. So that's one thing. And you know what, as I already told you, breaking is a very serious problem, and I don't want any of your smartphones to get bricked. So just a little bit of advice from my side, that is, don't try ROMs which you think is not worth. Okay, now let me just explain. That is, let's say you want the best gaming ROM and you just installed Gladiator OS. Now I have no problem with Gladiator OS, I absolutely love it, but the thing is, Gladiator OS is MIUI based, and that has a more chance of breaking your smartphone than installing any other ROM, like which is not MIUI based. So I personally prefer to install and use only the AOSP ROMs, because these ROMs not only make your smartphone a little bit less prone to breaking, but these ROMs actually, utilizes the full potential of the Snapdragon 860 processor. The processor is absolutely awesome. It's one of the best processors you can get, but when you can't utilize it, what's the use? And you know what, there's not much difference. Play in 60 FPS, just be happy, man, because if your smartphone will break, you're gonna be in big trouble. So that's pretty much it for today's video. Stay safe, stay healthy, and make sure you subscribe for me as well. And that's it. Thanks for watching. Catch you in the next one. Peace out.